I'm CJ.
And I'm Robin.
Welcome to the Cozy Kitchen.
Come and make yourself comfortable here with us by the fire.
Let's chat about baking, friendship, and cozy hobbies. If there's time and enough tea, maybe we'll even unravel some fun backstories.
I mean, there should always be enough tea.
Well, hey, Robin.
Hi there, CJ. How's it going?
I'm doing well. The springtime is just, it's sunny and you go grocery shopping, and I'm just going to jump right in. I have been seeing Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh. Are they like right outside your grocery store too? Because they're hunkered out right outside of mine.
Yep. And it's just so cute to see the little girls, they have all these boxes on a table and they're just like selling these, and I cannot resist buying a couple boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Let
what
me ask you, which kind do you get?
My favorite are the caramel delights, or they used to be called Samoas, I think. Um
Oh, with the caramel on top and or the coconut and everything.
yeah.
So
What
good.
about you?
I'm a big Thin Mint lover. I
Mm.
like there's just something about like they're so crisp and they're so beautifully chocolatey, and I love like the thin chocolate layer on the outside. Just so freaking good.
Yeah, those are addictive. Once I get a hold of like a bag of those,
Hmm.
because they come in like kind of the Ritz
Like the
style.
sleeves.
Yes. I once that's open, I cannot stop. So I would say that those are number two on my list.
Hmm. Yeah, both are very, very good options. But yeah, I feel like Girl Scout cookies are such a good staple.
Mhm.
I don't know. They're delicious. They go to a good cause. So yeah, love
Yeah.
to. And I don't like, I'm like you where I don't want to get a whole lot of them all of the time because they are kind of addictive and I do reach for them. And that's just, that's how that is sometimes.
Yeah. They never last very long in my house. Always wishing I had bought more and put it in the freezer or something. Um,
That reminds me, put your Thin Mints in the freezer. It adds to the flavor. A really good
oh.
frozen Thin Mint, like it shatters. And if you have like a vanilla ice cream or something, you crumble up a bunch of frozen Thin Mints, just sprinkle. Oh my God, just do it. Just do it.
I have not tried that before. I'm gonna have to try that. That's so interesting.
We need to do an episode about, maybe it'll be like one of our scientific episodes where we talk about how things taste different depending on their temperature. Because I genuinely believe that things taste different if they are frozen versus if they're like hot, steaming right out of the oven versus if they're at room temperature. We got to do something about this. So, just as a
Mhm.
note for our future selves, just.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So the Girl Scout cookies really got me thinking about childhood treats and baked goods, and I wanted to ask you, what store-bought goodies have had in your childhood that really brings you back?
I would like to first start out by saying that my mom did the grocery shopping and she was very careful about keeping a lot of healthy options in the house. For a good span there, we were an ingredient only kind of household. But every once in a while, if we begged hard enough, she would let us put some little treats in the shopping cart. And these were things that we would take with us to school. And I think that that was mostly because even though she wanted us to snack on very healthy things whenever we were at home, she knew that there were certain desserts and snacky things that would make you very popular at school. And I think that she wanted us to feel like we had similar lunches to a lot of the other kids in our classes.
Mhm.
So one of the biggest ones that I can think of is this snack called Dunkaroos. And I don't know if you've ever had them, but they were these cookies. I think they could either be vanilla or chocolate. And they came with a little, not a pouch necessarily, but there was like a little section of the container that they came in that just had icing in it. And you can spread on as much or as little as you wanted. And
Mhm.
CJ, this icing, was so good. It lit up every single happy thought in my little kid brain. Whatever parts of the brain that light up when you experience joy, it was
Uh-huh.
like that, and it was like a complete supernova of happy.
Wow.
'Cause it was sugary and had teeny tiny rainbow sprinkles in them, so it was
Uh-huh.
colorful, and so, yeah, I loved these so much, and I actually tried them again as an adult. To my complete and utter horror, the icing tasted so plasticky. I was so
Really?
sad.
Wow. When did you have it recently?
Yeah, it was I wanna say maybe, like, a few years ago, so not,
Okay.
super recently, but like, that one experience of eating them as an adult and tasting this icing and how plasticky it tastes and, like, I'm not one of those people who, goes around grocery stores and is like, "Ew, you shouldn't eat this. Ew, don't get that. It's just awful, and there's chemicals and toxins." What like, I don't do that kinda stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
If you like something, then you like it and enjoy it. Um, but this to me just tasted like straight up plastic, and I was really sad.
Oh, no. How was the cookie, though? Was it good?
It was fine, it was kind of bland, and the whole time I was eating it, I was like, "Oh, geez, I could do better than this." I could so now maybe I should be on a mission to remake it in my own style, so
Right,
yeah,
right.
that might be it. What about for you? What is a nice nostalgic childhood treat for you?
Yeah, so mine is actually very similar to your Dunkaroos, actually.
Mm,
They're a snack that is from Asia, it's called Yan
mhm,
Yans, and I think later on, like, this wasn't when I was a child, but, nowadays you could find something similar by Nutella.
oh,
Um,
okay.
they have the Nutella, like, kind of the little sticks that you dip into the Nutella,
Oh, I've
like
seen these before.
yeah.
Yeah, I just looked these up. I've definitely seen Yan Yans before, and yeah, Nutella is it's like yeah, you got like a little cookie stick, you just
Yep,
dunk it in.
yep. So, the reason this particular one takes me back is because as a child, my parents kind of forced me to go to Chinese school. I think every Chinese American kid probably has a similar experience where they had to go to Chinese school, and this
Mhm,
happened once a week, and you don't really learn much once a week, and so
mhm.
to us, it was kind of a waste of time, but my parents at least gave me a yan yan for going, so
Oh,
that made it
nice.
worth it.
And let me ask you this, did it come in different flavors, you know? Was there a one that you liked more than other flavors?
Yeah, so it came in 2 flavors. One was strawberries and one was chocolate, and my flavor was chocolate. I like the chocolate one. And it's what's interesting is you have it as a child, and I had it almost every week. Then having it as adult, I kinda had a similar experience as you, where I
Mhm,
was like, I could do better than this because this,
mhm,
it's just such a simplistic flavor. Like the chocolate, it's chocolate, but like I
mhm.
mean, it's not real chocolate to me.
Yeah, well, and just because something's simple, that doesn't always mean that it's made with the best, like, ingredients or anything, you can have something that's simple, but also mind-blowing, and then
Mhm.
you can also have something that's simple and it's just like, "Oh, okay. This
Yeah.
is it is what it is."
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And so I did have that experience recently, and the packaging has also changed. So I found like the whole number of sticks that were in there were fewer, and
mhm,
the amount of like chocolate dip that was in there, they also reduced the size. So I was really
mm.
disappointed in my last experience.
Yeah,
Um,
it's disappointing. I'd feel the same way, my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
because you don't expect inflation to hit you in the childhood nostalgia. Just that's
yeah.
terrible, I'm so sorry.
And I wonder, like you said, your Dunkaroos, the dip was plasticky. I wonder if they changed the formula.
I wonder if they did because stuff tastes different when you're a little kid versus when you're an adult. Like sugar is the overriding component that I remember tasting. Flavors that might have nuanced that, anything else that might have made it seem a little bit less unpleasant. Like, maybe I just didn't notice it, but I would 100% also believe that they tampered with the recipe to some degree. But let me ask you this, CJ. Are there any snacks or treats from your childhood that you wish you could have again, but you can't? Is there anything that has been discontinued?
Hmm, interesting.
Because I already know one of mine.
Oh, interesting.
Uh-huh.
Um, trying to think. Not that I could think of off the top of my head. So you should go
Mhm.
since you have, one in
Yeah.
mind already.
I'll give you some time to think about yours because
Yeah.
mine is very much like it's I wouldn't really qualify it as like a treat necessarily.
Mhm.
But I used to love, you know how like there's Rice Krispies cereal?
Mhm.
There was a Rice Krispie Treats cereal. It came in the purple box, and it's
Uh-huh.
basically just Rice Krispie Treats, but, like, it's stale now, and it's they put it in a box and crushed it up. Um, and it was my absolute favorite cereal growing up. It's right
Wow.
up there with Fruity Pebbles. It was
Uh-huh.
so good. I remember, whenever we were little, we used to go to my grandparents' house, and, we were visiting them one summer with our 3 cousins who were all kind of a little bit younger than us,
Mhm.
and I remember our grandmother taking us to the grocery store, and we were gonna buy food for the week that we were there, and we all got to pick out our favorite cereals, and so I picked out my Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Lo and behold, I get to the breakfast table the next morning, and 3/4 of the box is decimated because my brother and one of my cousins had gotten to it before I did. And I'm old enough at this point that, like, I might have been maybe, like, 9, maybe 8, somewhere around there. So I'm not gonna pitch a fit because I know better than that at that point. But
Mhm.
I just looked at them and I was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, I didn't say that because I was not allowed to use that word until I was
Right.
about 23. But if there was a way to just be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you 2? This was my cereal and you just ate it because you wanted it." Like, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Um
What was their cereal? Did you rate theirs?
I think that no, I never I might have had a little bit of theirs. I think that my brother, he probably would have gotten some kind of a Reese's Puffs situation because he loved and still does love Reese's. So I think he would have gotten a Reese's Puffs, and then my cousin might have done something like maybe like a Captain Crunch, or like these were all very
Mhm.
sugary cereals.
Mhm.
I really like if I think of the words nutrient dense, that description does not come anywhere close to these breakfast
Yeah.
options. But I think that he probably would have gotten some kind of like Captain Crunch or Frosted Flakes or something to that
Mhm.
effect.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm telling you what, just little brothers, little cousins, just, like, you gotta love them, but also sometimes you wanna kick them in the stomach when you are 8 years old.
Yeah, yeah. Your brother and I would get along because I would
Mm.
say Reese's Puffs are my favorite.
Oh, really? That's is
Mhm.
that your favorite sugary cereal?
Yeah, if I had to pick a cereal to eat, that is the one that I go to.
Really? That's
Mhm.
interesting, and did you have that a lot whenever you were growing up?
No, actually, I didn't. The whole sugary cereal wasn't a thing in our household because my parents were pretty traditional, so breakfast was like soy milk and Chinese rice balls. It was more of a savory type of like, when I think of a breakfast, it's not pancakes and scrambled eggs. It's a savory, like, congee with, like, pickled radishes. So
Mhm.
that to me is a breakfast. The
Interesting, and I
Reese's.
feel like that's a
Mhm.
lot of breakfast for a lot of places in the world. Typically, they're not very sweet. I think a sweet breakfast is a very American thing, unless I'm incorrect. But yeah, I kind of honestly, now that I'm an adult, I kinda get it because I try to stay away from added sugars until later in the day.
Yeah, 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 so, the only reason I l later discovered Reese's Puff is because my husband, he's the one who had more like breakfast cereals in his childhood, and so he introduced me to that, and once I got a hold of that, I was like, "Oh my god, we need to have multiple boxes in the house."
Wait, so it wasn't until you got together with your now husband that you really ever like, had you tried any of these cereals prior to that, or was this just a brand new he opened a door and you walked in?
Um, I had tried, like, the Rice Krispies, the Frosted Flakes, that one actually reminds me of my ex-boyfriend. Um,
Oh, jeez. Do we wanna get into that?
well, my ex was his name was Tony and, like, Tony the Tiger,
Oh,
and that's why.
yep, gotcha. I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh, he used to eat these all the time," or something.
No, yeah, somehow Tiger was his, like, spirit animal, and so, yeah.
Gotcha, interesting. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, good to
Yeah,
know, good to
yeah.
know.
Well, if he ever hears this.
Yep. Oh, that's so
Uh,
cool. So what other kind of childhood treats do you remember fondly? Or are there some childhood treats that everybody seemed to like and you just couldn't get on the hype train for it?
hmm.
'Cause I have an answer for this one too.
Yes, so there's one that my parents would get for me as a kid, and I think it's because for them it represented some sort of nostalgia, and they're called, like, hawthorn flakes. And I
Okay.
think I've talked to you about this before, but what hawthorn flakes are, um, it's a type of fruit that's, I would say, kind of like a quince, like a Western quince fruit. It's very fibrous inside, so you typically wouldn't pick this off the tree and, like, bite into it like an apple, 'cause
Is it
that
like a citrusy kind of fruit or you get like, does it have like a peel like an orange or because I've never had a quince before, honestly.
well, a quince is kind of like a tough pear, so this is kind of similar to that. Horn is the shape isn't pear-like, but it's kind of like a small crab apple,
Mhm,
um, type of thing, and it's just not something you would just, like, eat fresh off the tree, but you process it, and it has a very tart flavor, and it has a distinct flavor, and they make it with they obviously add sugar, so it's tasty, um,
mhm.
and
Yep.
so they sell these in little coin flakes, so it looks literally like a roll of, like, nickels,
Mhm,
and you would open up this package and each coin, basically flake, you would put it in your mouth and you kind of suck on it, and once it gets soft, you chew on it, and it's tasty. It has its own thing, but I never got why people really liked it. It's
mhm.
a lot of sugar and it's just it was okay. So
Mhm.
that's my I guess, the treat that I think of when, it was something that people liked, but I didn't necessarily think it was the best treat out there.
Yeah, and was this something that, like, would you be able to, like, if you went to the corner store or something, would you be able to find it there? Was it something that you would see at specific holidays, or was it one of those things where it's like, "Oh, yeah, like, we can pick some up whenever we go to the grocery store next time," or something? Like, what circumstances would you, I guess,
Yeah.
enjoy these?
So it was with my parents would get it at the Asian grocery store, and that usually coincided with my Chinese school days. So they would
Oh.
go so we were on a side of town where they didn't have as many Asian grocery markets, and then the side of town where the Chinese school was had the Asian supermarket. So every week when we went to Chinese when they dropped me off on at Chinese school, they would go grocery shopping. That's when they would get it, and that's why I would get my little yan yan sticks after
Mhm.
class.
Gotcha, 'cause they were out anyway, so they just picked some up for you. Okay.
Mhm. Yep,
Very
yep.
cool, that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
yeah, I could totally see how it would be like it kind of makes me think of, like, Necco wafers or, like, an older candy, if that makes
Mhm.
sense, which some people really like stuff like that, and other people can just take it or leave it, so I get it, that makes
Yep,
sense.
yep. What
Mhm.
about you? What treat?
Well, so this actually goes back to Halloween. I remember at Halloween, you'd go around the neighborhood and you'd hold out your little bag or your pillowcase or whatever it was, And, most of the time it would just be typical candy like Sweet Tarts or Twix bars or Reese's cups, things like that. And every once in a while, you would have a house that would just go all out. They would have
Mhm.
full size candy bars, they would have different kinds of bags of like chips and pretzels and drinks and things like that. And usually at the houses that offered the bags of chips, you would also get these little drinks called Huggies. I don't know if you've ever had a Huggy before.
I don't
Um,
think so. I'm gonna look
it
it up.
came in like this plastic, the actual container looked like a barrel,
Mhm.
and it's like a whitish, opaque kind of plastic, which I'm sure is still in our systems to this day. But basically, it had a little foil top that you would pull off, and you
Uh-huh.
could just drink it. It was all different kinds of flavors, like fruity
Mm.
flavors. But it's kind of like Gatorade in that you didn't really know exactly what flavor it was. It was, oh, this is red. Oh, this is orange. Oh, this is purple.
Uh-huh.
It was we're that like, that was the level, and everybody loved these things. These were, like, super high value, the cool kids had them in their lunches kinds of things,
Mm, mhm, mhm.
and even whenever I was really little, I didn't like them because they hurt
Mhm.
my throat. Like, it was so sugary
Mm.
that, first of all, it didn't taste like anything,
Uh-huh.
and second of all, I was like, "Oh, this makes my throat feel really scratchy." Like, any pleasure that I might get from the taste, which was not much,
Mm.
was completely overridden by how scratchy it made my throat feel. And Sunny D was very similar. Like, I don't know if you remember the Sunny D,
Yes, I do.
bottles of quote unquote "orange juice."
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I know.
It was a juice that certainly was the color orange.
Mm, mhm. Yeah.
It was the same way with that, like, it was so sugary, and it was just it hurt my throat to drink it, and so I was like, "Everybody else can have mine, I pass." So it's so funny how as a kid, you wanna belong, you wanna be included in things, but even as a kid, there are some lines that you're just like, "No, I don't care how popular this is, I don't wanna
Mhm,
drink it."
mhm.
Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if I had a similar one.
Mhm.
I know there was one candy that was super popular that was, like, the coolest thing. It was called Super Cola, have you heard of that?
No, I don't think so. Is
So, you can look up Super Cola candy, and it was this it was a cola flavored candy, it's like a little hard candy, comes
Oh.
in these, like, individually wrapped, plastic wrap in a
Mhm.
bag full of, like, I don't know, 20 candies, and the moment you pop that thing in, it was, like, the most sour it's so sour that it made you wanna cry.
Really? Oh
And
my
that
gosh.
was the whole thing, 'cause it was like, "Can you handle this?"
We had something similar whenever I was growing up, and it was Warheads, and
Mm,
that was the sour candy, like, that was like, "Oh, if you can keep a Warhead in your mouth for, like, 30 seconds, then you are the coolest person on the playground,"
right,
basically.
right.
But it's crazy to me that cola would be the flavor that they would be like, "Oh, we're gonna make this very sour," because cola to me is supposed to be almost sickeningly sweet. So
Right.
that's interesting that it ended up being a very sour candy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so after it's really a coating of sour. So, like, once the sour goes away, then you get the cola flavor.
Gotcha, so it would be like a citric acid kind of coating kinda deal, and
Yep.
because yeah, like, Warheads were very similar, like, it had
Mm.
probably a crap load of very concentrated citric acid,
Mhm.
and if it didn't burn a hole through your tongue, then you could taste the sweet candy underneath it, but,
Yep.
I are you so did you like sour candies in general growing up, or was that, like, something that a lot of kids really seem to gravitate towards, and you were like, I don't need this, I don't need the glory."
I think I was competitive enough to, like, "Yeah, I can do this." I think I was trying
Mm,
to follow what the cool kids were doing too. So,
mhm,
I think, it was good. I liked it. I think
mhm,
part of me also because my mother actually loves sour, and I wanted to be able to handle that sour, like, acidic thing for whatever reason. So, yeah, I think
mhm.
I tried to stay in the know.
It's so funny how we'll do stuff like that because we want to either fit in or we want to be like, I mean, because I remember being similar with coffee drinking because my parents were very big on coffee. and they drank it black. They didn't add any creamer, any
Mhm.
sugar, anything. But I remember growing up and just being like, "Oh, like, coffee smells amazing." And whenever I ended up trying it, it was so, so bitter. Like I physically recoiled whenever I tried it. And now I like coffee just fine, but
Uh-huh.
also I still need to have plenty of milk and sugar in it. So,
Mm, mhm, mhm, mhm.
yeah.
When did you, start appreciating coffee?
Oh gosh, it wasn't until I was in it was after my undergrad years in college. Like,
Mm.
I think college is where I think a lot of people tend to enjoy or start to really see the benefits of coffee and enjoy the flavor. I didn't start enjoying it until well after that, and that was still with a good bit of cream and sugar.
Is there a treat that your parents enjoyed at when you were a child that you didn't appreciate when you were little when you tried it, but now understand why your parents appreciate it?
Oh, that's a good question. I think a lot of coconutty things. A lot of the kids that I also knew thought that coconut was like, "Blech, this is gross." Like the texture is, not great. And so, like as a kid, not super into coconutty things to the point where if something had coconut on it, it was basically like, "Oh, I'm not eating that." As much as I want the chocolate that is in this, I
Mhm,
don't want the coconut badly enough that I'll stay away from it.
mhm.
But now as an adult, I love coconut. One of my mom's favorite candies are Mounds and Almond Joys.
Mm,
And we always used to save those ones from our Halloween hauls, and we would give those to our mom and dad because my dad also really loves coconut.
uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Very nice. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. How about for you? Is there anything, because I mean, you mentioned the hawthorn flakes, but were there any other things that your parents really enjoyed that you didn't really gain an appreciation for until you became an adult?
Yeah, I think there's one treat that my father enjoyed, which was, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, you know, the red bean paste that's often
Mhm.
in a lot of Chinese treats? They make a they use red bean paste with agar agar, and they make this kind of jello out
Ooh.
of it. It's a pretty like, it's not like jiggly like jello, it's more firm than jello, and my dad likes these. I don't even know what it's called in Chinese anymore, but they're sold in little packets, and you just open the packet, and it's this almost like a candy bar. And then I never understood why my father liked it. I was like, "Oh, this is just, you know, the red bean paste in
Mhm.
a more solid form."
Yeah.
But nowadays, I will go for it 'cause it has an interesting texture because of the agar agar. So, it's the red bean paste is usually smooth, but they'll often also mix in, like, whole beans in it, and they have all sorts of flavors that sometimes they'll add matcha, and so it or, like, sweet, I know, I think in Japan, they'll sometimes will do yam, like, sweet yam with it.
Ooh.
Um so there are, like, variations on this particular treat, and I never understood it as a kid, but now as an adult, I'm like, "Oh, I see it."
I would love to try this. This sounds really tasty, actually.
I'll have to find some and send it to you.
Yes, please. Yeah, if you find out what it's called, let me know because I
Mhm,
do I wanna look it up. I wanna see if I can find any of it because it sounds like it would be right up my alley. So you said it's not, like, super wiggly like typical Jello. Is it very firm? Is it like, I'm trying to think. Because agar agar is it's basically gelatin, like, it does the same kinds of things as
mhm.
gelatin,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm
It's
trying to.
it's kind of moist just like Jello,
Mhm.
but it's firmer. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you can like, once you bite into it, like, you could see your teeth mark in it.
It kinda makes me think of this is probably not the right comparison at all, but remember in Chronicles of Narnia how Edmund has the Turkish delights? Is it is it a similar kind of consistency as, like, a Turkish delight where it's like a jelly, but it's harder?
Kind of. I think it's a little bit the texture is a little different.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, it's more uniform, the texture, unless it sometimes has the, like, whole beans in it. I think
Mhm.
of it as a more uniform, um, yeah, substance.
Very cool. I'm gonna be on the search for this now because you know me and red bean paste, I think it's delicious. I don't get to enjoy it nearly enough,
Uh-huh.
so I might need to try it, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to send I'll look it up and send it to you.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm very excited. Oh, but I had so
Well,
much fun talking about nostalgic treats with you. This is really
yes,
fun.
it was such a fun, walk down memory lane, how our childhoods went and, just gives us a little color about what we went through.
Yeah, I agree. And even though like some of the things that we enjoyed during our childhood, we might not enjoy them as much now, that doesn't mean that we can't use the baking skills that we acquired as adults to make new and improved versions of those things. So I love that we're on a baking journey together and we're learning, and maybe we can do some nice remixes of these childhood classics.
Yeah, I would love to try I've never tried Dunkaroos, and so maybe you should make a new and improved version.
Oh my god, maybe I will. And maybe you can make like an alternate version of the Yan Yans and we can, you can make some for you. We could swap and we would have to try the originals to see how
Yeah.
they compare. But I feel like that's something that we need to do.
Yes, I think we could do a whole episode called "Elevated Childhood Treats."
Oh my god, I love it. Yes. Oh, yes, let's do that, please.
Yes.
Yay.
Alright.
Oh, good stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm so glad we got to talk today about nostalgia and all the delicious things. And
yep,
if anybody out there has some thoughts on their favorite childhood treats, please put them in the comments. Don't be shy. We
yeah,
love to read about what you enjoy as well. So,
yep. Well, until next time.
yeah, until next time, stay well, bake often, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. That's it for this episode of Cozy Kitchen.
We're so glad you stopped by. We can't wait till the next time you join us by the fire.
See
See
you
you later.
later.